So, is your windshield washer a little sad like that? Well, have I probably maybe potentially got a solution for you. All right, so first things first, make sure you actually have washer fluid. You can't really tell too well on these Jeeps, but thankfully I have a convenient giant hole in the front of my bumper. So as you can see, we do in fact have fluid in there. It's not showing up too well, but it's very blue, so full of fluid, which means I think the filter on my washer fluid pump has clogged again. And so I have my wheel turned the wrong way. You need to turn your wheel the other way so that you can pop this absolutely grimy, dirt-covered panel off down in here to access the washer fluid pump on the back of the reservoir. You know, stuff like this never happens when I leave the office early. It only ever happens when I leave the office at 8 p.m. at night. Ah, Lord. All right, so I cleaned this thing off, and really all you have to do is just pop these two push rivets out of here, which are removable. And now you can use one of these, you know, rivet popper outer jobbers like this to do that, which is what it's designed to do. And mine are so wallered out, they just pop out anyway. I've historically just used a pair of wire cutters, and you don't cut it, you just stick it up under here, go underneath the top like that. So if you don't have one of these fancy pullers, you can do this, and it's, you know, it's raked in there. Just don't cut the damn thing off, and just pop it out like that. So there you go. Once you've got those out of the way, you can access the washer pump back there. Now, I think, oh, there's one more guy in there I gotta get real quick. I think that one's just a pull rivet, so you could just, I said, do things the easy way, or we can do things the mildly annoying way. There we go. So that's a different style. You just gotta pull those apart, jam that out of there, and if your wheel's in the right place. Now, if you get lucky, you can jam this on your tire and get it to stay in place for a second, but I don't think mine is going to be cooperative. But anywho, there is your washer pump right there. So that's your sensor right there in green, and this little jobber up here is the actual pump itself. And if you look right there, that little white donut underneath it, that is a filter that keeps crap from going up in there and clogging your nozzle. So what you should do at this point is push that pump straight up, and if your filter is in fact clogged, nothing's coming out of it. But as soon as you pull that white thing off, it is just going to, via gravity, blow washer fluid out of that little nubbin. So just be prepared with your thumb to jam it up on top of that. And yeah, I think you might be able to actually jam the pump back in there and clog it, but probably best to get some sort of conical piece of rubber or something like that to plug that thing up, or just be prepared with a pan to catch any washer fluid that comes out of there so you can dump it back in. But really all you gotta do is get that thing out and clean it, so let me do that. All right, so I was actually able to get just a little squishy earplug in there. It's sitting great. It's very squishy, so all it takes is a little bit of that, and then it doesn't work so good. And now it's full of, you know, antifreeze and detergent filled washer fluid, so I'm gonna probably forget and put that in my ear. But there is the actual washer pump out, and here is the filter, and as you can see, there is in fact some schmutzy mung on there, which dislodged when I removed it. But all you gotta do is just flush that with some clean water. So when this sucker clogs up, you can no longer get washer fluid into the pump, and so you don't have any pressure out of your washer fluid pump. All right, that's nice and clean. Let's just hucker back in here and try not to lose an entire gallon of washer fluid. All right, well, that's back in. No problems there. And by the way, to remove the pump, it's pretty easy. You just grab up here, pull her back like that, and then just pull it straight up. I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to lose any more washer fluid. And yeah, let's go see if it works. And I'm gonna go find a coffee filter so I can string that and pour it back in there so I can clog it again. And oh, and don't forget to do all of your clips. So straightforward. All right, moment of truth. Will it actually work? No. It's trying. Up. There it goes. Had to reprime itself. Ooh, it's too good now. I'm feeling my leg out here. But does the back work? There she goes. Nice, Sue. All right, it's the next day, and we got that. But we're back to sad. So we clearly have a plug in the line going to these front nozzles. So I have absolutely no idea why me unclogging the thing yesterday opened these back up, and why just the act of me driving to work and back has clogged it up again. But something clearly is, you know, in the line going up here to the front washer nozzle. So I have not had this problem before, so we're learning in real time right now. Alrighty, so I've got that line disconnected off there, and it's just pissing washer fluid out of there, so it's clearly not clogged at the pump side. So I'm just going to very delicately put some air down in here. Whoop. Well, it's coming out that way at the very least. All right, so what I figured out is that I had the wrong line. It is actually this lower one, this guy on the right, that is for the front washer. So I popped these two pop rivets off. It's the same as these down here. You pull the center cap out, then you pull the whole thing out. Reached my hand in there and grabbed onto that line, and then grabbed onto this line, pulled this off, blew air through it. Plenty of air coming through it. Didn't see, you know, any chunks come out of it. You know, unhooked the line and blew through all that. When I just had that off, didn't see anything come out of it. And then just took that line off, and there appears to be a check valve here. So if you take this blue one, the front, the right hose off, it doesn't leak. If you take the upper one for the back off, it does leak. So that's interesting. But yeah, I just blew a whole bunch out of here, so it's got plenty of power. So I don't know what the hell the hang up was, but we're just gonna put it all back together and check, see if the washer works now. All right, give it a second. There she goes again. So I don't know what its problem was between last night and today, but whatever, works fine now. Alrighty, so that is fixed now. So there you go. You got two different solutions in one video, and I'm not even charging you for either of them. So if you're not getting any fluid out of either the front or the rear, then you have to clean that filter in the actual washer pump itself, right there in between the reservoir and the pump. And if you're not getting it out of just the rear or just the front, what you got to do is disconnect your line there from the pump and then blow compressed air through it. Or theoretically, you could pull one of these other lines off up in here and pump water through it out that way rather than blowing air through it. But I have an air compressor, might as well do it. So yeah, I don't know why it randomly stopped working over the last 12 hours after I fixed it yesterday, but whatever. It's done now. All right, so that's it. A quick and greasy one for you. If this video helped you, consider giving a like, comment. Tell me what's the strangest thing that you found inside of a washer reservoir? Used glove? Chicken nugget? Diesel oil? Human finger? Let me know down there in the doobly-doo down there. And if you want to see more hot garbage like this on this hot piece of garbage, you got to subscribe. So smash that gray button down there. Until next time, Tom out.